हाय ऑल, वेलकम टू टुडेज वीडियो। तो अभी रिसेंटली गूगल I/O लॉन्च हुआ है, मतलब गूगल I/O कीनोट विच हैज़ बीन रिलीज्ड फॉर दिस ईयर। तो उसका स्ट्रीम कल था एंड मैंने आज देखा है बट सो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट दैट। सो गूगल I/O बेसिकली इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ गूगल इवेंट जो हर साल होता है। दे लॉन्च सम प्रोडक्ट्स, न्यू प्रोडक्ट्स, मतलब हाँ मोस्टली तुमको पता ही होगा, बट अगर इफ़ यू आर नॉट अवेयर अबाउट दैट सो इट्स काइंड ऑफ एवरी टेक कंपनीज थिंग। सो माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का होता है, एप्पल का होता है, and that's where they announce like upcoming products which they are launching this year. So I have seen that Google I/O, and today we are going to discuss about that, or maybe like I am gonna yap about this. So let's start with the first thing. So the first thing which they released was, they discussed about was ki Ask Maps. So there is this feature, Ask Maps. You can ask about anything in Maps itself, and it will show you the place. So like one of the example they gave was कि ये कोई शादी में जा रहे थे एंड वो बच्चा नाली में गिर गया, कुछ तो ऐसा काइंड ऑफ ही फेल इनटू अ आई डोंट नो डग होल समथिंग, एंड देन वेयर इज अ न्यू ड्रेस प्लेस. सो मतलब मैप्स पे यू कैन सी दैट प्लेस. And other than that, the next feature which is gonna roll out in the like US in next few months, in summer itself basically. So that is Ask YouTube. So currently what you do कि you go to YouTube and you go to some video and search for the video, and like तुम 2-3 वीडियो देखते हो, तुमको पता चलता है क्या मतलब काम का है क्या नहीं है. So instead of that you can directly search on YouTube search bar कि I am looking for this specific thing, and then YouTube will suggest you the video to the like specific timestamp. So specific timestamp वाला तो अभी भी है, like you can still see some things on specific timestamps. So that is something which is gonna come this year. And the next thing which is like कि I am also interested about that. I am also interested about that is कि Docs Live. So it is kind of that moment कि like people say like Google killed my startup, OpenAI killed my startup. That's the thing. So I was actually working on YapWise for around last few months, like before shutting it all down. And this is like the exact same wording, like brain dump your thoughts into this. So this is that Docs Live. So you can tell whatever you are thinking or whatever is going into your brain, and it will convert it into a doc. So that's the thing which is coming out, and this basically uses their new like voice sort of models to like keep good transcriptions. And the next one is like same as usual, the TPUs, TPU 8i or TPU 8. So like these are kind of the like the business things. This is like not, this does not come under consumer market. And the next one, which was like kind of a big announcement, they are like saying it, is the like Gemini Omni model. So Gemini Omni model is like basically you can create anything from everything. It's a like a multimodal model. So you can give text as a prompt, image as a prompt, video as a prompt, and it will generate whatever you want from it for you. And the next one was, they told about like SynthID, what SynthID has been doing. So SynthID is basically this kind of डिजिटल वाटरमार्क ऑन AI जनरेटेड इमेजेस, जिसको कि तुम बाद में यू कैन सॉर्ट इट आउट कि हाँ ये AI जनरेटेड इमेज है, ये AI जनरेटेड इमेज नहीं है. सो दैट इज दैट फॉर SynthID. एंड that's where like the first half of the Google I/O completes. And after that there is this thing of anti-gravity. So anti-gravity, if you are not aware, so like if you are into coding or vibe coding, you might already know there is like Cursor, Windsurf was there, which basically got acquired by Google itself, and these are the guys who are making anti-gravity. So anti-gravity 2.0 has been launched like on the I/O itself. So that is kind of an vibe coding IDE, so you can vibe code your project into it. And the main thing I liked about that is ki they told they coded a full OS from scratch in under like $1,000 API credits. Like that's cool. Like API cost basically, not credits, API cost. So I don't know, like not sure about how good the OS is or not, but like coding a full OS from scratch is like a big thing in itself. It was basically running on Mac OS in the terminal itself, but I think it's sort of a good thing. So that is something I am very optimistic about. And they again like told there are agents, like the same things as like past a year or half a year and a half. The agents, new agents, agenting workflows, sub agents. So those sort of things were there. And other than that, they announced like there is this Gemini 3.5 Flash. This is the new model which they have also integrated with. anti-gravity also, like, so make it like around 12x faster. Like they are saying ki Gemini 3.5 Flash itself is like 4x faster than other models, but like with anti-gravity it is like around 12x faster, because like they have basically trained it according to that. Keeping that in mind, good to go. So I think till this point what I have come across with the keynote is ki like Google is basically competing with everybody on like every single front. So there's this thing ki if the Google guys win, they are gonna like win so big, like it's going to be a home run. Like that's how they are competing. It is not like कि gradual process, like हाँ ये करते हैं ये करते हैं ये करते हैं फिर ये करेंगे. They are like कि हाँ ये सब चीज़ करते हैं, and अगर पहुँचे तो एक साथ पहुँचेंगे पीछे, and नहीं हुआ तो फिर मतलब we already have our business going, उसको देख लेंगे और क्या. That's how these guys are going. कि मतलब the main idea is like kind of making a single sort of thing कि they are gonna like at the end that's the goal. At the end making a like sort of a AGI, like making a single machine. That's kind of they are pursuing it. And other than that, there is this announcement of like Gemini Spark, so which is kind of a personalized AI assistant basically. So it is something which runs on a virtual machine, like it runs on cloud. So even if you close your laptop or this, like it keeps running. So it is basically a kind of cloud thing. So it is not an like on device, on-prem, but yeah, it's kind of a universal assistant. You can operate it from phone, operate it from laptop, operate it from any other device. That's cool. But yeah, like again, this is sort of like brain dump thing, because they are keeping voice as a like primary architecture in this. Like they are keeping voice as a primary thing to like navigate the assistant or like do the work through the voice commands. So this is a cool thing on their part. And again, the next part is like which was basically like the whole, which is basically the whole thing of Google. That is like Google search. So what they are doing is like they are kind of centralizing Google search. So instead of like you give a query and then you see this images, shopping, maps, it is kind of you give a query and then it shows you like the AI generated response. Within that there is images, there is kind of a interactive visuals, which are basically generated using their own anti-gravity kind of canvas. So that it is same as what OpenAI has with Canvas and Anthropic, like Claude has with those artifacts. This is same as that. It's kind of that canvas. So there is a like kind of model writing code in background, and then it renders and shows you like this is something which should have been in the first place as a graphic content. So that is good. And they are calling it agentic coding in that way. Like in search, they are calling it agentic search, because like it is basically spinning agents at the same time. And the next one is shopping. So now they are like releasing 2-3 things in shopping. So the first one is like universal commerce protocol. So basically you can use your like kind of this agentic sort of thing for, so like how they are putting is ki this is UCP is for agentic commerce, what is for HTTPS for web. So HTTPS for web is kind of a common protocol for every website on the web to just like showing it to the end user. So it is kind of that. It is kind of a like a common language between agent and systems to like basically show the same thing to agent and the system both. So this is for that. It is being called UCP, Universal Commerce Protocol. And the next one is like agents payments protocol. So AP2 they are calling it, agents payment protocol, because like payments is a very kind of hard, and it is kind of very because see payment, whenever you hear the term payment itself, तुम्हारे दिमाग में चल रहा है कि हाँ fraud नहीं हुआ, ये नहीं हुआ. So I think as a financial part it is very important. As a financial part it is very important aspect of the this like shopping as an online world. So I think that is something which has to be like looked very seriously for. So in this they are putting like boundaries or new guardrails to the, so that like कि agent does not go out of your budget or like whatever you have specified कि अगर कोई चीज़ $10 के अंदर लेना है, so it does not go for the $100 one. And this is something for that कि setting boundaries or guardrails. And the next one is accountability. So like you can keep the agent as like sort of this accountable thing कि हाँ you made this payment, so there is kind of receipt or sort of these things, which basically the merchant and you both are seeing the same thing. It's not something different on the merchant side, and it is something different on your side. And they are like integrating it with this Spark also. See, the Gemini Spark, the AI assistant. And the last one is this universal cart. So universal cart is basically कि तुम्हारे पैसे उड़ाने का एक और स्मूथ तरीका. So it is sort of this like add to cart button जो you can, so it is sort of add to cart button जो कि तुम देखते हो Amazon, Flipkart में. So universal cart is basically तुम कहीं से भी Gmail से, YouTube से या कहीं से भी you can add it to your cart and you can purchase it on the way, क्योंकि you can use Google Wallet and ये directly वहाँ से amount detect कर लेगा. So you don't have to even go to some other site or anything. You can just like click on a thing, you can buy it. Smooth. So yeah, basically तुम्हारी जेब से पैसा खींचने का तगड़ा काम चलेगा. And the like how they are putting is kind of like shopping with superpower, but like it is kind of an easy access to, it is kind of a way to give you easy access to your like impulsive buying behavior, so that like you can even buy more. And yeah, these were the things. And apart from that, and apart from these, there are like Google Media things, so you can generate images, photos. Like there was these previous products, Flow, Stitch, and all other things. So I think these are previous things. So the new update is into the like Gemini app itself. They are calling it what they are calling it. They are calling it Neural Expressive UI. That's what they are calling. So it is basically a new updated UI. You have like sort of new features कि you can speak to it into your regional dialects. अपनी अपनी भाषा में बोल सकते हो, तुम्हारी जो local language है उसमें बोल सकते हो, and it will even though give you better response this time. And it basically will use that same Gemini Omni model in this one, Gemini 3.5 Flash, all these things. So and other than that, Spark with MCP, like all sort of those like kind of hybrid and mixture things, इसका उसमें करके, and like make a sort of new thing. And you are gonna have Spark on macOS. So Spark basically same assistant, you are gonna have that on macOS, so that it can run system wide on macOS. तुम function की press करके बोल सकते हो उसमें, and it will do the work for you. So yeah, that's kind of like the main part till here. It is kind of like phase 2 sort of thing. And the next one, which is like I am also interested about, is the Android XR. So Android XR is basically ki kind of glasses. So VR has almost like burned down to the ground because Metaverse has been shut down. So the next form factor people are looking is for the glasses. So they are calling it audio glasses. So इस time कोई screen नहीं है. There is like kind of here something, a button to click, and it will speak into your ear instead of showing on the screen. वो डायरेक्टली तुम्हारे कान में बोलेगा कि हाँ ये चीज़ है, क्योंकि इधर पे कैमरा लगा रहेगा, and it will take the inputs and it will basically give output in your ears. And this is kind of a Google and Samsung venture. So they have partnered with some eyewear brands like Warby Parker, and there is one other one. And the last one they told in iOS key, the cyber security part, because like they are gonna launch Code Mender as a tool key, which you can basically detect critical bugs in your code. And then there is like, so this is basically the Demis Hassabis kind of vote of thanks or like end of the keynote. So where he discussed about like the Gemini for science, for the like new and updated ways to pursue science with Gemini. So you have to like read new papers, you have to like kind of write code from an existing research paper, or you have to like make new hypothesis. So this will be helpful in that. And the last one was key AI simulations, kind of there is already an Alpha Earth Foundation, which is like kind of the whole 3D simulated version of Earth. And yeah, there is already this weather predicting simulating model, which basically predicts when is the like next hurricane gonna come, or like what are gonna be like the path, or sort of what are the timelines. So this is sort of that part. And yeah, this was the like kind of end of the Google I/O keynote. And what I think my takeaway from this is mainly ki like the same one as I told previously, ki Google is basically getting head on at like many things at once. So like I think if they win, they are gonna like take a home run. Like there is no way they are gonna like leave anything behind. So they are like basically going head to head with OpenAI, Anthropic, everybody. And on the other side, like kind of most of the guys have like teamed up. So Anthropic has been teaming up with SpaceX XAI merger. So they are using their Colossus colossal supercomputer. So like they are using their colossal database to train their next AI models. OpenAI has also been like looking to partnerships. So like these guys are also partnering between themselves. But I think from the Google part, I think as the keynote sort of thing also, there are like many things which are being told or like which have been told previously in keynotes. But I think it takes a sort of difference between like what has been told in keynote and what actually comes to the end user. So I think it will also be great to look at the end part, like how it comes to the end user. So yeah, I think that's it for today's video. I am also optimistic about this thing, but the part which I am like kind of, it is funny and interesting ki if you see the keynote video, there is like comments are turned off, but if you go to the like recap video, it is kind of a 10 or 11-minute video. So there are like people commenting like, yeah, we don't need AI slop more, like why didn't you turn off comment in this one. So like there are like comments are like basically brutal comments. There are like, I don't know, maybe might have around 10% comments which are like kind of positive. Most of the comments are like, we don't want that we don't want this slop, like stop doing this, sort of like those are the comments of the people in the like comment section of the video. So yeah, I think we'll see what happens next. That's it for today. I think that's it for this video. So if you like the video and subscribe to the channel. That's it for today. Peace.